Good morning and g'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And as you see, I come today atop of these beautiful jacaranda blossoms on the park just adjacent to Circular Quay. And what a beautiful spring day it is. It's the Tuesday, the first Tuesday of November, and it's Melbourne Cup Day, and it's going to be an awesome day here in Sydney. Not quite sure what's happening in Melbourne in terms of the weather, but hopefully it'll be just as beautiful down there as what it is here. And let's go on a walk and talk and have a chat about a topic that I've got near and dear to my heart. These jacaranda trees, I just can't get enough of them. They're just absolutely magnificent. How beautiful is our harbour today? Circular Quay in all its magnificence. Anyway, let's go for a bit of a walk and talk. I'm up here on the Cahill Walkway, and as you can see, there's nobody to be seen. Hopefully we'll get a couple of people running past during our 5 a.m. club, but you never know what sort of traffic you'll find up here. But it's a beautiful vantage point, and I recommend it to everybody to get an opportunity when you can to come up here and check it out. It's just glorious. Anyway, what I want to do today is talk to you about a topic that I came across a long time ago. Many years ago when I was working at Telstra, I did a course called Investment in Excellence, and it's run by the Pacific Institute, and it was headed up by a Canadian speaker named Lou Tice, who has since passed away. And one of the modules that really got to me and I really enjoyed was the module on the importance of language. And Lou Tice impressed upon everybody in the course to not be lazy with their language, because language is what we use to communicate, and it shapes not only the way that we see the world and we understand the world, but it also shapes other people's experiences as we communicate with them. And it's either empowers them, disempowers them, gives them a beautiful sort of connection, or an ordinary connection with us. So he talked about the importance of being very clear in your communication, and not to be lazy with your language, because words carry meaning, carry interpretation, and the words that we have in our lives impact our experience, shape our experience, and as I mentioned before, not only shapes our experience, but also colours the experience of the people around us. So if we want to be great role models, great leaders, and people who are going to help others around us live a better and more fulfilled life, then we need to take responsibility for the way we communicate, and we also need to help others also learn the art of communication. And the most important part of this lesson that came from Lou Tice was to be very careful with how you use universal words, or words that are considered to be absolutes. Because these words, if used in the wrong context, can confuse and can change the whole context of your communication and muddle the water, and not enable you and the others around you to get a truthful and a clear view of the world. So what are these universals or absolutes that Lou Tice referred to? These are the words. These are the red flag words that we need to be aware of and careful of in terms of how we use them, and not to abuse them. The words are as follows: always, never, all, and every. Whenever you hear these words uttered and used, be very, very careful with how you incorporate them into your language, because they can be deceiving. And when others use them, they can also be used against you to deceive you. So what he says, what Lü Theiss says, is that it's okay to use absolutes and universal language if it's coupled with factual information. When you're talking about facts, things that can be supported by numbers, observations, and a universal truth, then by all means use these words when describing them. However, when you're expressing opinions and generalizations, these words are very, very dangerous, because they can put things out of context and muddle things and muddle our futures. So what do we mean? So if you use these words incorrectly, you can move from a specific truth to a generalized or a general untruth. Just hear me out here. So if you use these universals or absolutes in the wrong context, what you're doing is you're taking something which is true and you're applying it to something which may be untrue and unfair. The bottom line is you're generalizing and you're painting everything with the same brush, which is most unfair in many situations. So he basically said that you need to be careful not to generalize about things that are opinion, that isn't a fact, and it's an opinion or a generalization. If it's not a fact, then be careful not to use always, never, all, and every, because by using those words, you're making a generalization which could be damaging to you and the people around you. Consider these words as red flags, and whenever you hear them used and you're not sure of the context, you can ask a simple question. And the simple questions are as follows: is this strictly true? Or the other question is, are there any exceptions? Because by asking these questions, you make it a lot more obvious that their use is incorrect, because not everything is strictly true, and not everything is without exception. So you have a duty and an obligation to pull people up when they're using generalizations, to make sure that they don't say things which cannot be supported with fact. And if it's just an opinion, then point it out that this is an opinion that you have and it's not strictly true in all situations, and to not be tempted to paint everybody with the same brush. So what Lü Theiss suggested we do is, whenever anybody uses these absolutes, just repeat the absolute back to them. If somebody says all something something is something, just ask all with a pause after it. Or you can say always with a pause after it, or never with a pause after it, or every with a pause after it. And by doing that, that pause will invite the person to fill the gap and basically either support what he's saying, which can be refuted or examined more closely, or it gives them an opportunity to think about what they've said and to help them understand that they've used a universal or an absolute in the wrong context. Anyway, thanks for joining me once again, everybody, on Jim's 5am Club. It's a beautiful day. I hope we all have a great afternoon with the Melbourne Cup. Let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. Take care, and let's take a page out of Lou Tice's lesson in terms of using universals or absolutes, and be careful to use them when we know factually that what we're applying them to is correct and can be supported by numbers, by facts, and by general, I guess, knowledge, and it's generally accepted. But if it's something that's an opinion, if it's a generalization, then we may be better off choosing another word to go with our opinion and generalization, and not color, not shape, not taint another person's experience based on our generalization or sloppiness in the language that we choose to use. Anyway, thank you very much. And I bid you farewell from Jim's 5am Club, and we'll chat again tomorrow from a different location, hopefully highlighting the beauty of this city of Sydney. And I hope to come to you with another lesson, another observation, another experience, or a song, or who knows what it'll be, but it'll give us an opportunity to walk and talk together and share some time together on another day of our life. Yassas, bye for now from Jim's 5am Club. Yassas, bye.